This is BBC World News. Here are the headlines. 6 hours from now, Prince William and Catherine Middleton will be taking their marriage vows. The love story that started at university as teenagers will soon be complete. Thousands have spent the night camped out at various points along the route from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey. As many as 2 billion people are expected to watch the ceremony live on television across the globe. Well, among the volunteers lining the route today will be 250 scouts from across the country. The Prince is known as a keen supporter of the organization. They'll be out selling the official souvenir program, and I'm delighted to say that two of them are with me now, Danny Barrett and Claire Connor. How are you? Okay, well, I can see the enthusiasm is building up. How important is it for you to be here, to be part of something like this?
Oh, it's so important. We love getting out, meeting people. We're here to represent Scouts across the UK, across the world. There's over 500,000 Scouts in the UK.
And the Prince obviously is your patron. How much of a leadership role does he play? How much of an inspiration is he for a young person like yourself?
He is an inspiration. He does lots of charity work, which we're enthusiastic to do that too, and we just following in his footsteps.
Right, but it must not be the easiest job in the world. You've been here pretty early. It's a bit chilly, but those programs have got to go. Are people picking them up?
We haven't started selling them yet. We start at 8 o'clock this morning.
All right.
And hopefully, I'm sure people will be enthusiastic.
So what moment are you waiting for? Because everyone has a moment. Everyone, I must admit, I think there's some people appearing on the balcony right now as we speak. But folks want to see them have that kiss. Is that what you're waiting for? Or you're waiting for the dress?
The dress, of course.
The dress. The dress is the thing for you. But overall, how proud are you as a citizen of this country that the rest of the world is watching you, and the rest of the world is watching, this event?
Oh, we're so proud. I mean, to be a part of this is really amazing. We're really proud to be part of something.
And you think it does positive things for how the country's perceived as well? Because, you're ambassadors in your own right, aren't you?
Well, yeah, people will hopefully see this and know that we've got good upbringings. And
I like to think we're quite good role models.
And you throw a good party as well.
Absolutely.
Danny and Claire, thanks very much, and we'll be chatting with you again a bit later on. So it's just a few hours' time, not too long. William and Kate will say, "I do," in Westminster Abbey. But how did they get to this stage? Let's take a look back now. Jenny Hill has taken a look at their story so far. Her report contains some flash photography.
They're one of the most famous couples in the world, and we all know how their story began. They met as students, became friends, then housemates, then fell in love. Kate admits she blushed and ran away the first time they met. There was clearly a mutual attraction.
When I first met Kate, I knew there was something very special about her, and over the years, I knew things were getting better and better, and we went through a few stumbling blocks, as every relationship does. But we picked ourselves up and carried on, and we, from where you had, the odd problem when you were first getting to know each other, those have all gone, and it's just really easy with being with each other, and it's really fun, and I'm obviously extremely funny, and she loves that, so it's really good.
Catherine Middleton.
William and Kate graduated on the same day in 2005. Their life together would never be the same again. St Andrews University had been a relatively private environment. Now they were the focus of intense media scrutiny. When Kate attended William's passing out parade from Sandhurst, it was seen as a public declaration of the seriousness of the relationship. Press interest and speculation was fierce. And that, some believe, led the couple to briefly split up in 2007. So it's perhaps no wonder they guard their privacy so fiercely. They've settled in a cottage in Anglesey. It's from here William works as a full-time search and rescue helicopter pilot. The couple seem determined to have as normal a life as possible.
The people around home are very supportive to us, and those are the people that really matter to us, our close friends and close family. And I think if they feel that you're doing the right thing, you can only be true to yourself.
I did the talking bit, she's going to do the fun bit.
But a lifetime of duty beckons. This was one of the couple's first official public engagements together.
And all that sail in her.
And their first overseas tour to Canada is just 2 months away. William has said he didn't propose sooner because he wanted Kate to fully understand what she was getting into. They clearly value the relationship and are keen to keep their marriage, this most public of events, as personal as possible. Today marks another chapter in a love story nearly a decade long. From student romance to royal wedding, whatever comes next, the world will be watching. Jenny Hill, BBC News.
Now, while London is the focal point of today's celebrations, the long-awaited wedding has also been causing excitement elsewhere in the UK and, of course, around the world, as Andy Moore has been finding out.
On French TV, a lookalike couple have been promoting the big day.
We are Kate and William, and you can watch our wedding on eTele.
Some of the countries that got rid of their monarchies a while ago have been most enthusiastic in their coverage. This was Russian television. In this New York store, the shelves are full of comic book superheroes. And now there's a new dynamic duo, William and Kate.
Honestly, when I saw it, I started laughing, and I couldn't help not pick it up and kind of check it out.
These troops taking part in the ceremony are just back from foreign duty. There have been messages of support from their colleagues still out in Afghanistan.
Good luck, Wills and Kate, on your big day.
I hope the weather is as good back in the UK as it is here in Afghanistan.
The weather was certainly good at Somerton in Somerset for this recreation of the royal wedding with local schoolchildren. There were plenty of dignitaries from overseas. Prince William was a little nervous.
You sure you're doing the right thing here?
I don't know. I'll find out afterwards.
For richer, for poorer.
But the ceremony passed off without a hitch. A good omen, perhaps. Andy Moore, BBC News.
Now, before we move along, I want to bring in my colleague, Michelle Hussein, who will be taking over from me at the top of the hour. Michelle, you might recall a few months ago we were talking about this wedding, and you asked me if I remembered 1981 and what I was doing, and I remember being frustrated because I wanted to watch football, and every woman in the house wanted to watch the wedding. You're here today. Your thoughts as we get ready to witness possibly the biggest television event in history?
Kamala, I'm certainly old enough to remember 1981. I was a little girl, absolutely fascinated with Charles and Diana, particularly what Diana was wearing that day. And I have to say, you know, walking up to the palace today, walking through the heart of London, through the park, you could see these crowds of people making their way to this area, some of those who are going to try and be here along the route. So I think there's a very special atmosphere in London today. You know, the monarchy has not been without criticism and not without its difficulties, particularly in recent years, but there is something about this institution that captures imagination and headlines around the world. And this is a special day for them, and it's something that will be broadcast.
And it resonates for people around the world because, look, every culture, every language has a prince and a princess story. I got a call from someone in my village saying they're watching Fo Wilikla, Davy Kate later on today, William and Kate. I mean, for everyone, it's special.
Yeah, and it's obviously, you know, beginning a journey into a new stage of your life. Anyone who's ever got married in their life will know how it feels to wake up on the day of your wedding. But at the same time, obviously, this is a journey very much in the public spotlight. So there's a mixture between the public and the private.
Right. Michelle Hussein at the top of this hour here at Buckingham Palace with the crowds, all of whom are waiting for that very special moments later in the afternoon when the newlyweds will appear on that balcony and they'll have that first kiss. From me, Kamala Dumont, goodbye from Buckingham Palace. Full coverage here on the BBC.